Hey there, it's Teresa with your Tuesday tip. I wanted to share, we've talked a little bit, or I've said a couple things about retargeting from time to time, and often when I talk to a business owner, they kind of look at me like, what's retargeting? It makes sense to some degree, but they don't understand the full capacity of it. So I'm sure that you've noticed that when you're out on Facebook and just scrolling your news feed that, perhaps right before you jumped on Facebook, you went to Google or to Amazon.com and you looked up, say, a new blender because you needed a new blender for something, or something out there on the web. And then when you go to Facebook, all of a sudden as you're scrolling, you saw over in that corner or that sidebar that you now are seeing that same piece, that same product that you saw a few minutes ago. It's like that ad is following you all over the web. So as you're scrolling Facebook, that ad's popping up, kind of going, hey, look at me, look at me. You were interested in me a while ago. Why not come back to my site and purchase me and take me home or send me to your home? So that's what's called is retargeting. I can't talk. But that is what's called retargeting. So what happens is when you go to that website, a little piece of code is kind of tagged to you. So think of it as, if you're a web developer, you're probably familiar with cookies, or maybe you've heard cookies before. But essentially, when you go to visit these sites, they have what's called a pixel on their site. So when you go to another site, that kind of follows you around, or that little snippet of code follows you around. So what happens is that when they're on Facebook, they start seeing that that ad again. So again, that's the beauty of that Facebook pixel, being able to track you around, and it kind of sounds scary, like you're being stalked. But essentially, if you've got something to sell, it's beautiful for a marketer, for the reason that, again, you know that someone's already interested, and maybe they leave your site, maybe they get distracted, maybe they were looking at something on Amazon and all of a sudden remembered, oh, I need to go check something on Facebook, flipped over to Facebook, totally forgot about it, and then that ad pops up to say, hey, weren't you looking at this blender? So what happens then, you're kind of scrolling and you're thinking, oh yeah, I was looking at that and I forgot to go purchase that, and I really need to get that in and delivered to my house by next week. So at that point, you click on that ad. So you've been able to go back and purchase what you wanted as a consumer, and the business was able to retarget you to say, hey, don't forget about us. You were interested in this product, and we would really like to be able to do business with you. So that's the beauty of retargeting. That is how you talk with people about that. And just as an aside note, I was talking with someone that was doing marketing for a winery, and he had never used retargeting ads. And I'm like, oh my goodness, if you're a business owner and you're not using a retargeting ad, then you're leaving money on the table, because those people are already interested. So think about that for a moment. This person who is running marketing for this winery, if they went to the website, obviously they like the wine. Obviously, they like the winery. And then if they leave, and then the next thing they know, they see an ad pop up on their Facebook for, say 10% off a case of wine. Well, there you go. So again, if you can use retargeting ads, and of course I mentioned wine, but I do know that with certain marketing segments, you cannot do Facebook ads, and there are lots and lots of restrictions on what you can advertise and not. So again, you'd have to look into the terms of service and specific guidelines for marketing alcohol, for instance. But if you're a winery that has a restaurant, again, you could retarget people if they like your food to come and enjoy, say, a free appetizer with your dinner platter or something like that. So again, there's so many uses for retargeting, and definitely take full advantage of it, because if you don't, again, you're leaving money on the table as a business person. So take full advantage of being able to retarget to your audience using Facebook ads.